Good morning, Americans.
You like movies about gladiators?
Go!
I like it. Hello, welcome. All rise for the honorable credence. And
Are we early?
We're early. Yeah, it's just us and this lady that just keeps roaming around. If you're wondering, looks like a new place. Never seen this before. It is Lake Worth Beach, Florida, and apparently they give out a lot of parking tickets, Mikey. That's what I'm guessing.
I mean, are all these people going to come in and start yelling at people about parking tickets, and everybody's going to come up here and just argue about it?
That's what I'm guessing. I mean, it's the Lake Worth Beach Parking Magistrate hearing, so we'll see. We're keeping an eye. Like I said, yes, we have arrived early, but this is Florida time. I mean, you never know. We might be late. You know.
Oh man.
Well,
I hope we hear from them because I love to hear some of that.
Yeah. I'd like to get a minute or two in and see what that's all about. I think that would be fun. So we've got that. We'll keep an eye on what's happening there. Mikey's got a couple for us today, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to check out these two guys here in a little bit that are in cahoots, I believe the judge is thinking, but they both denied the charges. We'll find out what they've been up to. But when you get a $25,000 bond, it's never a good thing, ever. Also, a TPO that we're going to jump into from a little while back, still cleaning out the old computer like we were yesterday. And hopefully everybody enjoy that. Oh, quiz show questions.
It's been a while, JG, since the the whole vampire scare.
Look, it's all right. It's all good. I promise. Vampires are gone. We've gotten rid of them all.
Everybody's here. I think we can start.
All right, well, let's get on into it and see what these gents are up to.
She had beautiful hair.
She really does. Hold on a second. All right, before we get into this, let me remove this for 1 second. Hold on.
We don't like to show bald men in wheelchairs. It's sensitivity training today, and that's.
Well, making sure that we've got both these guys up here.
I saw the tip of a peep. No, it was just a head. Sorry,
no, it's just the head, Creed.
While we take a second, this is very odd. I was putting up those of you who have been around for a while know we were talking about this the other day. Remember that contraption that I bought that you can make waffle sausage dogs or whatever?
Yeah.
That I purchased, right. So I was listening to that this morning, and when I was pulling up, because you always want to pull up comps and see what it is sold for and such. For some reason, I didn't realize this is such a big thing. Waffle makers with penis shaped waffles that you make, and it's
who wants that?
Like they're commercial grade cookers, and there's like hundreds of them, and it was very odd. I'm
sure it's a penis. Maybe it looks like a penis to you, and it really is something else.
I mean, it's the whole. With the tip and some things, two things dangling down. I thought that it was a mistake. So then I look at it to see how many have sold. There's a few a day, and this is not like just a Mickey Mouse shaped waffle maker that you have at home. These are commercial grade, like $200 and $300 things. Where are they selling these at? Is my question. Why is it so popular? I was
nudist camps, swingers resorts.
I guess so.
All that good stuff. Okay, we're ready now. They pulled the guy back from the wheelchair, by the way.
I believe that was Ted Hallelujah's way to get the way to get it going.
Monorail. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
He changed races and he can walk.
Yes, amazing things. We didn't get to see the man pat him on the top of the head. Yeah.
Is that your full name, sir?
Todd Brakefield.
Okay. Brakefield. And Todd is just T-O-D, your first name?
Yes.
T-O-D, Todd.
So you've been charged with one count of trafficking of persons for labor or servitude, your bond amount is $25,000. Do you understand the charges?
No,
The
I don't
charges.
understand the charges. Keep your voice down, sir. Listen to your charges.
That upset him quite a bit. I don't know what servitude means, Creed.
He jumped down his throat pretty quick there.
Yeah, he jumped back and kissed himself.
Understand the charges? What is your bond amount?
No, I don't understand charges.
Okay, you don't understand. Would you like me to read the particulars in the warrant, sir?
Yes,
Okay. Specifically, it is alleged that on April the 11th, 2023, a law enforcement officer made contact with you, the offender, based on a complaint from the alleged victim by the name of Danielle Steet, where you use your debit card. It said you use a debit card without his permission. I guess was it you that made the complaint, sir?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Specifically,
So he made a complaint that the Steep person had used his debit card.
Congrats to you, Shells. 10 months a member. Love it. Thank you.
Did he call the law on himself?
Maybe
By accident?
We've seen that before. I mean, it's happened. Beautiful chest, by the way. I'm not sure if you know.
Oh, he's hiding it. I thought he was getting ready to start a law stream with the amount of chess we saw on that.
okay, let me finish. It says the investigation involved into a sex trafficking investigation after the offender advised the victim call him after getting his number from a mutual friend known as Barbie, and he invited her to the hotel.
Jasmine? Did they just say Jasmine?
Could have been Jasmine. Did they have sandwiches when they showed up?
They bring you a whole deli to try.
Yes.
The offender, which is you, advised that he.
That's a great idea. Right there.
Look at that Amazon girl taking it to the streets.
He was from Thomaston, Georgia, and is frequently in the area for work. The victim advised that she needed a place to stay and made contact with the offender, which is you. There was an arrangement for the offender to allow the victim to stay in the room for sex. The offender advised that he knew that
I mean, I might get arrested soon because I tell my wife the same thing all the time. You want to live here? There better be some sex.
Did you ever post that on Facebook by any chance? Just wondering.
Did you? But no, I did lose my Facebook, but it wasn't for that. I don't think.
alleged victim was a prostitute and claimed that he never had intercourse with her. The victim advised that they had sex, but they got into a verbal altercation after he wanted the experience to last longer than the victim provided.
Huh? What? How exactly does that work? You
wanted it to last longer than the victim provided.
So did they get the round one in very quickly? And he's like, whoa, this isn't worth the $87 at this hotel.
The prostitute is the victim. Is that what
the prostitute is the victim, but he was the victim that started all this investigation because he claimed that his debit card had been used erroneously. And it ended up finding, if you don't give some, all right, here's my question. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. But if you only let somebody stay in your room and they have to have relations with you to do so, if you don't give them monies, is it still prostitution? Isn't that more of just like an agreement?
That's a good question. So I guess it's not. I mean, I guess it's not technically prostitution then. If they're not, well, they're exchanging goods though, right?
Is the room considered goods?
I mean, I would think so. I have to pay taxes on my hotel stay whenever I go see Jasmine or Barbie.
Barbie, come on, Barbie, let's go party.
The price of the room.
Stole it.
No, she probably took it. Yes, but he messed up.
The officer, the text message between The two, that being the offender and the victim, arguing over the money situation, to which the victim noted that he got what he wanted and checked out. And he replied that he was going to get her arrested like her other friend. Those are the particular in the warrant. I do find probable cause, sir. Therefore, your bond amount is $25,000. And I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for May 1st, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. And then did you complete the request for court-appointed counsel? You did not, or you?
Well, good thing he travels on business, so he's got money, right? He's like a businessman. So
$25K.
I mean, he's a traveling businessman. He comes to town on business.
There was no intercourse, even allegedly.
Well, there was something went on. It just wasn't up to par, I guess, on what he was expecting.
Long enough. What a confusing one, but $25K, my God. Gary, $2. Thank you.
I mean, it's definitely cahoots.
Gary!
Thank you, Gary.
Snowing. Jennifer, I am so sorry. Also sorry because they just cut the stream. I don't get to see any parking stuff. The guy walked in, that guy, and they just cut it.
They just turned on the monitors. Come on, man.
Maybe they're restarting it. It's just teasing all around.
Planning to hire your own attorney?
No.
You say no?
No.
Okay, well, do you want to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a businessman.
And what is your average monthly wages?
Like 1,500.
Huh? What? 1,500
a month? He lives
a month?
Look at that! Wow.
Does he work for We Got a LLC? I mean, what kind of businessman is he? And he's making $1,500 a month. Businessman.
Kill him.
Well, he definitely needs a
So
lawyer.
based on your income, sir, you do not qualify for a public defender, so you will have to hire your own attorney.
Because I have $1,500 a month.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How does he not qualify for a public defender? That's like $700 every 2 weeks.
Listen, this is Georgia, right? Cheap living in the South. That's all it is.
Wow. Wow. I did not see that coming. And neither did he.
That's all over the threshold.
I got rent to pay in the car now. How do I not qualify for an attorney?
I have no, because that's over the income threshold, sir. So that
I
will.
don't make over that. I don't make that
Okay.
much.
Well, I understand that you disagree, but that's going to conclude your first appearance hearing for today. Thank you.
I guess you got to be completely unemployed. KH, good to see you, to get some indigency with these folks. Now, this is the second part of this case. This guy. Oh, there he is.
I feel like I know it.
He's the pimp, Creed.
Can you give me your full name, sir?
He's standing.
Heel.
Mr. Diaz, you've been charged with four offenses. The first offense is trafficking of persons for labor or servitude. The second offense is violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The third offense is use or possession of drug-related items. And then the fourth offense is giving a law enforcement officer a false name, address, or date of birth. Because you're still on active probation, sir, I'm not authorized to set bail for you today.
Hey,
So
Kay, you
do you
might be
understand?
right. She might have taken that a little bit differently. That he makes $1,500 a week.
I mean, he reiterated, I only make $1,500 a month.
Oh, that's true.
But he claimed to be a businessman.
The businessman.
The businessman. World's worst businessman. And
kind of shocked that we're bringing up these trafficking charges for this ordeal.
yeah, he was very surprised with the whole sex trafficking as well. Was not ready for that. I mean, it's gotten so bad. It's got this guy right out of his wheelchair.
Yeah,
he's Gerald.
He stood up.
And the charges as well as the no bond.
No, I understand the human trafficking charge. It's my girlfriend that we're talking about here. So I really don't know what's going on with it.
It's his girlfriend, Creed.
So if it's
Then-
like a family member or a girl that you're with, it doesn't really count. You can pimp her out. You can do whatever you want. That's
so he
fine.
sent his girlfriend over to the businessman, Todd.
Well, I can read. Are you currently on active probation?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay, so you still have that violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, but notwithstanding that,
By the way, last
felony
year that
offense.
25K, I can't imagine what he's gonna have.
No bond. They
No
already
bond.
told him no bond because he's already on probation. So
Oh, that makes sense.
0 bond for him. 0.0.
I can read what's in the warrant to you if you would like.
Yeah, that would work, please.
Okay, sure. Specifically, it states that on April the 11th, 2023, the officer made contact with the offender by the name of Dare Diaz while investigating a sex trafficking case. When asked his name, the offender provided the first name of John. The offender advised that that the victim by the name of Danielle Street invited him to hotel to have intercourse. He advised that they met once or twice a week for the occasion. The victim advised that she had intercourse with the offender in an attempt to make enough money to pay the co-defendant money she owed for the room. So I believe the co-defendant here would be the gentleman that I processed earlier.
All right. So this is making a little bit.
Wow, it's got a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. All right. Let's break this down real quick. Let me see if I got it. All right.
Go ahead.
So he brings over his girlfriend to this guy that we just saw.
Girlfriend.
Right, girlfriend. There was no intercourse though, apparently, but there was supposed to be because the girlfriend owed money to John, the boyfriend.
Correct.
Okay, but in the meantime, somebody may have gotten a hold of a debit card and used it.
Todd's debit card.
Todd.
Todd, the guy that's
So that's where we're at, I think.
he should just let that debit card go. You know, there couldn't have been much on it.
True that.
So I'm not understanding it.
Let me finish, sir.
Right.
It says that it was explained that the offender did not have all the money. So they were going to give the rest of it at a later time. After the offender was placed under arrest, his belongings were searched prior to being placed into the patrol vehicle, which resulted in the discovery of crack cocaine, rock, a scale, and paperwork containing his actual name and his picture.
Why do people do this all the time? We hear about people with their drugs. They've got their passport. They've got their birth certificate. They got their, a set of their fingerprints left behind, everything. It's not my drugs.
Shay, I was making bill money and gas money.
Making that paper, son.
At the
Those are-
flea market.
Mock it.
The particular in this case,
Shocking.
sir, I do
YouTube
find
doesn't pay
probable
that much.
No.
FYI.
$1,500.
cause to justify the charges. Therefore, again, there's a no bond on your charges because you're currently on active probation. Let me finish. I've scheduled your preliminary hearing for May 1st, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. via Zoom. Okay, and then if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, since there's a no bond, it doesn't appear you're employed, so you would qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I will approve that. At this time, I'll take any questions that you have.
Well, how is that probable cause for me to be charged with human trafficking if this is my girlfriend? I'm not understanding where did that. Now I understand all of the drug and the drug in the false name. I bite that.
Sir, we just talk about it.
Okay, sir, but listen to me, sir. I got it, deputy. I got it. So, sir, if you listen to my opening remarks, I said we're not here to try your case today or to take a plea. The purpose of today's preliminary hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and see whether or not I can set bail. So I've done those two things, sir. If you have any information that's related to your defense of the charges, you can provide that to the court-appointed attorney I have appointed to represent you. So that will conclude your first appearance here for today, and you have a very nice day. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm guessing of all the charges he's got, that human trafficking one is the big one.
Of course, yeah. that's a big deal.
The drug charges he doesn't give two rats asses about, but that
So-
other one.
Do you think that she made up, or potentially made it sound like, I should say made up, that when this all went down, that she basically made it sound like he was trafficking her or making her do those things, which very well could have been. But so he's trying to play. So that's where he comes out. I guess I'm trying to figure out in his head why the fact that she's the girlfriend is such a.
I think he's trying to say. I'm guarantee it's not his girlfriend. Simply because he's trying to say, well, that's my girlfriend. I'm not trafficking her, and that's just my girl. I think so. I was waiting for it to come back, and it never did.
He might be, yeah.
I thought it was gonna.
I thought he was kind of holding it behind him.
I thought that too, but then I was like, well, maybe not. Crime doesn't pay. It costs you an arm and a leg, Creed.
That's what I'm thinking. If these guys are up on those kind of charges in the traffic, I mean, if you're trafficking somebody, I can't see how they would be charged with that, right? Because they're being trafficked.
Yeah, then you're the victim.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, and then it was okay. So then he's trying to say, but he's just saying didn't say it very eloquently. It didn't really. I mean, I guess I understand it. I'm sure she's not the girlfriend, but okay. Now that's a Monday morning. It's an afternoon.
He should have told the other guy. They didn't get a chance to get their stories straight, which is remarkable. You ready to jump to this TPO?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you set that up and watch it over here. I've been waiting for this guy in the orange back there with that beautiful beard. See what he's been doing, but hadn't come up yet. Core number $2. You're on the Madden's Monday Express. Thank you,
Courtney doing the Lord's work.
Anyways, I'm keeping an eye over here, and yeah, I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's jump on into it.
To see if they can help you get a copy. And okay, yes, Mr.
Like usual, the guys in the truck are struggling from the Mondays. Can we try it again, guys? Please, thank you.
Re-rack.
Ma'am, could you please state your full name?
Kirstiana Austin.
All right. And how do you know Mr. Wickerson?
He's the father of my child.
Okay. And so how old is the child?
He's 5.
All
Oh,
right. And have you ever been married?
No, ma'am.
And has that child, is there any order of legitimation for that child?
No.
Are there any pending cases involving legitimation?
No.
Is
I
there
haven't
any
found it.
child support order in place regarding that child?
No.
Okay. And who has been living where and for how long up to the filing of the petition?
Scotland.
Well, I was at 4354 Christine Court, and he did say here too. And I did leave out for maybe about a month and went to my friend's house for safety reasons.
Okay, let me stop you. So how long did y'all live at Christine Court?
Oh, just in December. Just in December.
So December until
Right.
till now?
Yes, until now. Mhm.
Okay. Is it a leased property?
It is, but the landlord never gave us a lease. So I mean, it's supposed to be, but he never gave us like a lease. He never signed a lease agreement with us.
So there's no formal lease in place?
Yeah, that's called no lease. That means he can throw you out tomorrow if you want to, because there's nothing on paper.
By the way, is he waiting at the DMV or something? Is that
Dude, I was sitting here thinking he was like in the cable company. You know, you have to sit and wait your turn to go up there, and there's like screens all around. And I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's at home. That's for sure. Maybe somewhere he knows that has Wi-Fi.
Nah, maybe. Yeah, the library.
Maybe.
Right. He asked me to make the lease, and then yes.
So
I don't know.
who pays rent and how?
So I was paying rent also, and I paid the landlord cash or the Cash App.
But there's no there's no written obligation for either of you to pay. And Mr. Wickerson, you'll have a chance to testify when it's your turn, okay? And if you need to make notes or you can.
You understand that, DJ
So,
Fresh?
ma'am, there's no written obligation holding either.
Isn't that KRS One? What an obscure thing for me to say. Obscure.
Of you to pay rent?
Right.
Okay. What about utilities?
So the utilities, the electric is in the landlord's name. The water bill was transferred from our old house, so it has both our names on the water bill. And the gas bill is Kenna is in Lewis's name, and the Wi-Fi and everything is in my name.
He went into a Meineke to get an oil change. $3K later, he's still there 3 days later, and he kind of just lives there now.
Leather and Lash just said maybe he was at the maybe he was already at the courthouse just chilling in there.
That's possible too.
Okay. All right. Okay, so tell me, how long have you been in a relationship with Mr. Wickerson?
It's been on and off since 2014.
Oh wow.
Like
Long time.
2014, 2015, around that time.
Okay.
He's making some great
And-
faces.
Why did you file this petition that resulted in this initial order?
So I filed this petition because Lewis has been constantly like harassing me. There
Possibly
has
harassing.
been many different
Maybe.
occasions where he had to call I had to call the police on him. Back in 2017, he called my house to get raided. He was selling drugs and called my house to get raided.
Cause your house to get raided. Is that even a thing? You just call the cops and say raid this place? I don't see what. Do you see anywhere of the
No, I was just
legend?
looking. If anything pops up, we'll know. Not much.
Okay.
Raided and called my kids to go into child protective service.
Okay, so hold on one
And-
second. So I'm going to focus because my focus today is on acts of family violence.
Okay.
So
Okay.
selling drugs and such is not, might be
Yeah.
a crime, but is not an act of family violence.
Okay. Yeah.
So tell me about any recent acts that have.
Your Honor doesn't want to hear about these drugs, by the way. Aqua,
Yeah.
good to see you. No drugs, but yet she let her sit and tell us how all the bills broke down in the house. Not sure why.
Occurred that led to why you felt you needed to file a petition for protection.
Oh, okay. So, well, within the last year, Lewis, he blocked me in the driveway. He blocked my car in the driveway, and tried to make me stay in the house. It was on my birthday. Tried to make me stay in the house. I had to call the police on him. The police ended up taking me and the kids to Waffle House because
You can call the police to take you to Waffle House?
Apparently so. And I love how she says straight off. I'm glad you guys caught that too. Possibly harassing me?
Possibly.
Possibly. Well, we're here for a protection order. Usually you kind of get over that hump, like he's either harassing you or not. But okay.
Why is Lewis so busy with the Wang cam? I mean, can he not
Yeah.
bring the camera up a little bit?
Yeah, it's a bad look. I was gonna say, when you're saying he's making some good facial expressions, everything's amplified so much better when it's at that weird angle. Like right now, he's looking down at it. And he's not too happy.
Waffle House.
couldn't get my car
That's
out.
cool.
He told the police that he lost his keys, so I couldn't get my car out. So I was stuck in the house.
So let me
So
ask
the
you this: before you were trying to leave, what was going on?
It was just my birthday, and I was just getting ready, and he wanted to go out. He wanted me to go out with him, and I did not want to go out with him. I told him I was going to with my friend, and he got mad, and it caused a big argument. We ended up fighting. The police came that night.
Give you a ride
When you
back
say
to
you
Waffle
ended up
House. or anything?
fighting,
I
what does
hope
that
so.
mean?
We were just like, just yelling back and forth at each other. And, he was just threatening me. He was threatening me a lot, calling
When
me
you
my
say he
name.
threatened
Yes,
you,
Adam, if so.
what would he say?
He was just saying stuff like, if I whoop your ass, and if this one,
Or at least Olive Garden.
I'll whoop your ass. Do you think the cops waited for her at Waffle House, or?
I think they probably went in and got them covered and smothered and scattered and whatever.
Good
I would
plan.
imagine.
he'll say stuff like, if I wasn't, going through this right now, like the court stuff with his cases in Wisconsin, and he'll just say, I'll whoop your ass, and he constantly just always ran up on me recently.
That's fine to say those
recently
things
I
while
actually
you're
had
at
to
Waffle
pepper
House.
spray him.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I was getting out the shower, I was getting ready to leave.
You know.
He got mad. He came in the room and came up to me and
Said, hallelujah. Rachel, thank you. 250.
Come up to her and he said, "Hey, now, let me see what you got in that towel."
Why is he getting mad when you're getting out of the shower?
I've never gotten mad one time if I've seen a woman get out of the shower. Not
Yeah, that's a magic hour.
once. Hey, now.
Ready to go, baby.
All clean in between.
like he was gonna run up to me and hit me. And he do have a video of it. And I had to pepper spray him.
Okay, whoa. He ran up on her.
Yeah.
He had a video of it, and she had to pepper spray him? And she's laughing about it.
She is kind of
very
remember, there's
nonchalant.
always we learned, I think last week we learned there's 3 sides to every story. So
maybe there's 4 on this one.
There's multiple occasions where I have actually videos on my phone just recently where he ran up on me like he was going to attack me. He throws my stuff around the house.
And XL go.
When you say he throws your stuff around the house, how does that happen?
Like
with his hands.
There's one occasion recently.
Have you ever seen a helicopter, Your Honor? He does that a lot.
I had stayed out, and then when I came home the next day, and I got my TV out the room, and I put it in the other room because I didn't want to be bothered with him.
She meant business. She went in and got the 32-inch TV out of the room.
Do you think that because she's making it sound like she's got pepper spray with her at all times because of this guy just like running up on her about to attack? Pepper spray.
He just strikes me. We haven't even heard him talk. Just by his expressions and his looks, he seems to be one that would maybe be more annoying than more
aggressive.
Like I could see him more. Yeah, right. Less aggressive, more annoying. With even if he was saying
she's kind of laughing about it all. She's kind of laughing.
She opened it up with possibly. Well, listen, you don't go from possibly harassing me to I pepper sprayed that asshole.
Every time he runs up on me, Honor, I give him a face full.
Right.
Every time.
That's not possibly. That's pretty hardcore stuff there, especially if you just got out of the shower. Unfortunately, you got to go take another one.
Mm-hmm.
So he just came and just threw all my clothes out the room, and just threw my stuff all around the house. He the day the police came to serve him, he poured liquids on my Alexa and on my computer. I work from home, so he poured liquid all on my Alexa.
Alexa, are you wet?
On my desktop.
Was that before or after he was served?
This was right before he was served. We was waiting on the sheriff.
So he knew that he was being served?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How did he know?
Because the police had came.
Why did the police come?
Because they called me and told me to call when I got home because I wasn't home. And they told me call, when he came to the house. They told me call the police. So that's what I did. That's the sheriff called my phone and told me to call the police. So I called the police when he came home. And when the police got here, they was waiting on the sheriff to come serve him. And while the sheriff was while we was waiting on the sheriff to come, the police let him walk through the house. So he got to snatching my TVs off the wall.
Were the police with him
And
when he walked through the house?
yes.
So were they
was-
with him?
No, they were standing at the front door. And they
Okay.
just let him walk through the house. And then he went to the basement and cut the I work from home, so he cut the wire. First the water got cut off. First the water went off. The police made him turn the water back on.
Oh, did he cut the water wire? I hate when that happens. I'm like, turn that water off.
He's cutting off the water. He's clipping wires. Oh my goodness. And how many TVs you think they got on the wall? Because they're yanking. He's yanking all the TVs off the wall.
See, I was kind of impressed. I thought it was just sitting on a dresser like normal people. But they've taken the time to mount their 32-inch TVs.
Like the one above his head.
I was standing at the kitchen washing dishes, and then the water just went off. So the police made him turn the water back on. Then he cut the cord. He goes in the basement again and cut the cable cord. So I had to.
That's good. He's saving you money.
Yeah,
That's
ain't you ever
good
heard?
when you cut the cable cord. Come
Yeah,
on. Now.
Cutting the cord, I believe they call it.
Yeah, that's a good thing that he did. You don't bring that up in court for a protection order. Come on.
That's a savings he's passing on to you.
Saving you more money for you to go to Waffle House.
Because I had to wait for Xfinity to come back out
Xfinity.
and fix it. And Xfinity man came and told me like, oh, he went down there, or your cord is cut. So I went down there and saw wires hanging down from the basement. And then another night, right before, maybe a few weeks ago, which I do have a video of the occasion too, I came home and I was at my friend's house. I actually stayed at my friend's house for a little bit. I took my clothes and my kids because it was every day. It's just every day he's just yelling at the kids, fighting with his daughter, and him and his daughter fight. They just fight all day. And he told me, I'm gonna make your kids miserable and stuff like that. So when he said that, I left and I went to my girlfriend's house. She lived in Clayton County, so I would drive in from Clayton County all the way back to DeKalb to take my kids to school every day. And when I was like, because it was gas is too much. So I decided, I'm like, okay, let me try to come back home. So I came back home and my electric went off.
So when was this?
This was just a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Right. This was right before I filed the order, actually.
Okay.
So this was right before I filed the order. And so the electric went off in the house. And me and my kids, we sit in the dark because he goes and cut the electric off. And so me and the kids just sit in the dark.
Okay, so it's on NBC.
Only way I can get to that is through Facebook, because when I pull that up, I have to input lots of information
All right.
into their website.
I've got it up. You want to go to it?
Well,
all right. Now's the time you guys vote. Do we jump to the Do we jump to the chase, or do we stay with this case? Come on, that was pretty good. We can't wait too long because it might be over.
Link over on a private chat, will you? I don't know why NBC weird. I have to put in you have to put in an app, whatever. Here's the other thing. Does it look like it's good enough to get out of this and into?
He's hauling ass. I mean,
for the holidays,
right now, doing about 119.
All right. Well, I say we cut this. Come back to it tomorrow. Do the chase. Let's do that.
All right. We'll do like other YouTubers, and tomorrow part 2 of this continued saga. We love you guys. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes with a car chase. I hope you enjoyed that too. Bye.